Welcome, everybody, to the Summer Racing Equipment Midwest Drag Racing Series. Luke Clevenger here in Tulsa Raceway Park. We are back. Foot brake.
We send the cars down the track when top end's not up here and ready.
Foot brake is here.
Hold up, Cuddy.
And we got a red light. The track is dry. We're going to send foot brake here. Then we will send the Super Pro cars. After that, we'll send Pro Modified, so the big, bad, loud, ugly guys come up there. Third in the class. We would start with Pro Mods, but we need to wake the track up a little bit. So we're going to get the track rubbered in a little bit more, and then prepped up, sticky again, and then we'll run that. Following that, we got opening ceremonies, the whole shebang. It will be great. Like, comment, share the stream that you're watching on at home and around the world. Make sure you subscribe too. That's awesome. To those of you guys in the stands, we appreciate you. We got some fun stuff coming for you tonight. Courtesy of racers all over, Midwest racers all over. We got some fun. We got some fun ones, some Funyuns. And so the Red Rocket will make its way up to the staging beams. We're still under red. We're waiting for, it looks like we're waiting for the first responders up there. There's Steve Cooks down there. Steve, do you have a nice midday, nice relaxing midday, Steve? He goes, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I know you didn't have a relaxing midday. Did Keith have a relaxing midday, though? Probably. And so we are running our Quick Trip foot brake. Foot brake is brought to you by Quick Trip. QT is a proud sponsor of Tulsa Raceway Park. They're headquartered right here in Tulsa. And we love our friends at QT. My favorite Long John at any gas station. That's a true fact. Quick Trip, my favorite gas station around. You know, there's a great one just about 2 miles up the road from here. I believe it's on Garnett. It's just not far from here. If you take a right out of the front gate towards Catoosa and Claremore, there it is. Top end is ready, and we will take the reds off, and here we go. On the left-hand side, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's Jim Anderson. And on the right side, out of the Grand Prix lane, driver not on file. Here we go. A little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. Hopped the Coke can, Jim Anderson did. He would have hopped a whiskey bottle as well. 6:10. At a 110 mile an hour and a 74 mile an hour clip on the right side for our mystery driver in the Grand Prix lane. Yes. Randall comes up here on the left-hand side. Send him. What do you say?
I think it was 75. Yeah, it's something like that. Cody Moore.
Is that Cody Moore on the right? It is Cody Moore on the right lane.
Whatever you choose. Okay, well, let me just talk it over with Travis. Just let us know. Yeah, we have plenty. Okay. I mean, we have
plenty of time to figure it out.
We have at least an hour and a half.
We don't want to lose you as a racer.
No.
Wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So let us know, Jamie. Thanks.
So Moore being held up there.
We have a lot more foot brushes this time than we did this morning.
Or a solo pass on the left side. Left lane single is what I'm hearing. So Jim Anderson, or Mason Randall, excuse me, is just going to run solo here on the left side. Then we're going to get Cody Moore running on the right side.
They got quickly enough of that, so we're not going to keep
And there we go, 591 at 115 mile an hour. And so that'll bring us our next. Again, we need Shroud Safety Pro Modified to the lanes. J&A Service Funny Car to the lanes, please. J&A Service Funny Car to the lanes, please. As we get our flags stood back up. Man, it rained sideways there for a little bit.
Man, it got rowdy.
It did get a little rowdy. Cody Moore was sitting there idling, and they're mopping up the starting line. Hey, drivers, racers, crew, wipe down your cars, please. Make sure they do not have any liquid on them. We need all of your cooperations. Anticipate when you're going to get called to the lanes and head up. We're not going to be angry if you're there a little early. We need you guys to make sure that we keep this track in tip-top shape. If you're broken, let us know, and let us know quickly, please. We intend to get this show done, and we want to make sure that we keep it running, all right? Again, we need all of your cooperation. So the J&A service team out there.
There's a bunch of water right there at the staging lane, at the start of the staging lane. They need to take that sweeper back there and hit it with that.
All right, and so there's a support truck coming up there. I was like, man, that's an awfully big truck there to be driving down the strip. Nope, it's a support truck. You can wipe down those cars, especially while they're in the staging lanes. You might hit some of the water that's in the back of the staging lanes. We need you guys to get that off. Please help us help you. I'd like to thank our sponsors, VP Racing Fuels, Flying A Motorsports, Elite, Strange, Brodix, Atomizer Racing Injectors, and more. Also like to thank all of you guys for coming out there on this, what was a rainy Saturday. Now you wouldn't even know. It's a lovely looking Saturday, ain't it? I'm telling you that right now. Here we go. Double reds, 010 to an 016 red as we make our way. A little Fox body across the line, and it's going to be a 632. Cody Moore with 646 at 145 mile an hour. That'll bring us to Ross Bull. Ross Bull on the left side. On the right side, driver not on file. Pro mod, we need you to lanes. Pro mod, we need you to the lanes. You guys know what that sound means when I go pro mod. It means I need pro mods. It's not rocket surgery, all right? The final for the Ronnie Hobbs shootout will be Sean Ellington, a.k.a. Murder Nova, versus Callie Mills. Is that street tire? Oh my gosh. We got a street tire on a foot. Yeah, on an FJ and a foot. Oh, golly. No, this is foot brake. This ain't 6.0 index. He ain't running. I don't think that FJ is going to be running a 6.0. Here we go. Red all around. So we got 4 in a row. Who's going to break it? Nice little burnout there from the 4474 car. Great burnout from the FJ. The only burnout around that FJ is me. All right, again. We need Stroud Safety Pro Mods. You guys should be in the lanes right now. All right, oh boy. The 60-foot time eventually. Yes, it did go 60 feet. Golly. 10:41. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow just for the car to get to the top end. Do you think if you're in that car you even lift at the 8th, or do you just keep accelerating? It's, yeah, well, yeah, the whole way. Yeah, it's just a yeah. He goes, it lost 4 miles an hour going up the hill full throttle. Oh, man. You know what the funny part is, I think you're all thinking it, that's probably the hardest car to beat in foot brake. Like, can you imagine going up against a car that's going to give you, what, a 4, 5, 6 second? Forever. He's going to be at the quarter. He's going to be at the quarter mile by the time you are let by go from the light. And yeah, that is impossible to sit there. There we go. All right, so at 0:46 on the light, 6:41. Like to send a shout out to Alaska Holloway, who's here. How about that? I saw Jeff, and I saw Tucker, but I did not see Alaska around. She's selling T-shirts. As a reminder, by the way, for the MAKO guys, or for anybody, if you want a MAKO Real Street Reunion T-shirt, go see her. She's in a red truck. Is it a truck? Red truck by the pits. Yeah, red Suburban by the Haney pit. Well, here we go. Curtis Reed, 566 at 116 mile an hour. All right, so 2 drivers not on file. We can make our way through the quick trip foot brake. I'll tell you what, man, that's one of those classes that can get to be a tongue twister. Quick trip foot brake. Quick trip foot brake. Hey, if you haven't been through tech, what are you doing? You had it the entire day. I know you're doing really productive things during a rain delay, but if you're not teched, that's a you problem, and you need to go to Josh to fix it like yesterday. That's a you problem, not an us problem if you ain't. One of the commenters online goes, Luke with that chipmunk laugh, and we all know I've been compared to a dolphin laugh is what I've been compared to. And then when I go a dolphin laugh, and then if If I really bust a gut, I start wheezing, and that's when I go, quote, full Tweety Bird, which you know very well. The Tweety Bird mode is brutal. Bromod, Bromod, Bromod. We need you to lanes here. Q4 will be running up. And then we will be making as quick of a show as we can here. Pick it up right where we left off is a little burnout here for the mystery driver on the left side. It's Calvin Minnick. On the right side, Benny. Hey, it's Benny Ammons. How about that? And Calvin Minnick. Two hosses. Two hosses. So we talked a bit to the McNeil crew. The McNeil crew, by the way, caused me some consternation over the break. Yeah. I learned that one from Al Michaels. But Calvin Minnick's going to run, by the way, a 5.7 flat at 119. The McNeil crew puts out a hit. They go, we need an electronic fuel pump. And I'm like, you do? And so I'm walking by him later. I go, did you ever find that fuel pump? And they go, no. And I'm like, all right, I'll put out a hit. And I walk away, and then one of the crew members comes up. He goes, you don't need to put out a hit for it. We're going to trailer it. We're done for the weekend. And I'm like, you're putting it away? And they're like, yeah, I mean, we can't find the part. And I'm like, you're putting the Pro Mod away? They go, no. The dragster. We ain't touching the Pro Mod. I was like, oh, well, now I don't feel I thought we were about to lose the championship because somebody couldn't find an electronic fuel pump. I'm like, dude, I will go onto Summit, drive down, buy it, and bring it back here so you can race. Oh, man. Murder Nova and Cali Mills will be coming up there at the front of the staging lanes for the Pro Mods. As Michael Fuller comes up on the right side, a Shorty Dragster, 2013 model. Stacy Davidson on the left side, a 1980 Camaro out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. 80 Camaro. Rolls up, rolls in, and rolls into a green light. There we go. Both of them over a second on the tree. That tree was so green it turned brown, sitting there waiting in the sunlight. Man. Here's Phantom Race Cars, the dragster on the right side, belonging to a mystery driver, not to be confused with Phantom, who was out here just a bit ago. He's wearing pink because it is breast cancer support and awareness evening. It's cancer awareness and support night here at Tulsa Raceway Park. And man, hey, for those of you guys out beyond the finish line, behind the scoreboard, you guys need to get away from the wall, please. Thank you. There you go. But look at that. They call me Eagle Eye Clevenger out there. I didn't even have anybody say anything. They walked 2 steps towards the wall, and I'm like, get out of there. What? Anyway, but yeah, they know we're watching. But as I was saying, though, you know, we have many racers, many friends, many family members who are fighting and have fought cancer. And we're here to honor all of them this weekend. I did not take a nap during the delay. I did go to Logan's Roadhouse, though, and enjoyed a sit-down meal. It was pretty good. I got my buddy Dylan, his dad, King Ron. I have Top Dog, Papa Clevenger. Mama Clevenger is in the house. Aunt Diane and Aunt Denise, so everybody kind of went out. I did for Jacob McNeil. For Bob Glenn doesn't have a starter box. Okay, hold on. We have a racer in need. Bob Glenn needs a starter box. Bob Glenn Pro Mod. He's got a blue Mustang. You'll know it when you see it. 24-volt starter box, please, to Bob Glenn. And I gotta imagine he'll find one of those, but it is in the lane. So Bob Glenn's in the pits. The 24-volt starter box. Did you see my text? Yes. Hold on one second. All right, so I actually got the ribs and chicken tenders and fries because I'm a basic white boy. It was pretty good, if you must know. So the eliminations will start as soon as we get through qualifying. So I mean, like, yeah, you gotta back up there. Do we have a leak? Hey, guys, do me a favor. And I know this is racing, and so easier said than done, skis. But Funny Car is on standby. If you're already down in the lanes, I mean, I'm not going to complain, but Funny Car on standby. If you know you got a questionable part, or you may be leaking something, just double check before you get up to the staging lanes. We got to have everybody on the same page, and that page is get this show rolling and moving. Okay, those first 6 Super Pros, we saw your tree. You'll get another hit at some point. Yeah. Yep, so we are in time trials here for foot brake, for Super Pro actually right now. Currently 72 degrees. It's actually lovely out there, to be honest with you. The rain didn't help a lot, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot more hospitable out there. We'll run the final round of qualifying. So if you're curious, the Midwest Drag Racing Series rulebook states that we will give people one round of qualifying guaranteed on Saturday. Well, not guaranteed, but we will make every effort to give a round of qualifying on Saturday. Plus, the 2 Pro Mods in the shootout have to run anyway because it's, yeah. Well, what I'm saying, though, is not only do we have to give them a round of qualifying on Saturday, period, but we also extra have to because we have the shootout to figure out already. So that is why we're still running qualifying. We'll run eliminations. Opening ceremonies will be literally, we're going to run Pro Mods, and then we're going to turn them around. We're going to run classes. We'll do the opening ceremonies, 45 minutes, an hour after we finish Pro Mods, something like that. Somewhere around there. So that's the plan. Right now, you're looking at number 1, Callie Mills, a 363. Tommy Cunningham, a 364. Sean Ellington, a 365. He's in 3rd. Ryan Hayward is your number 4 qualifier, a 367. A 369 for Aaron Wells. Billy Danica, a 369 and a 2. An identical 369 and a 2 for Bob Glenn. He's qualified 7th. Jacob McNeil is qualified 8th. He's running with a 369 and a, hold on, I got to draw a straight line, 69.7. Keith Haney, a 69.8.
Oxford, a 370 flat. DJ Cox, a 370 with a little 1. Tony Williams, number 12, with a 376.4. Mike LeBate, a 76.8. He's in 13th. 14th, Ryan Bush, 77.6. Todd Bennett, 383.2. Ryan Griffin, 385.7. Then comes Todd Martin in 17th. He is off the bubble, so he is on the outside looking in. 394. Brady Yeoman is on the outside looking in. 406. John Gentry is on the outside looking in. 407. In number 20, Wayne Roberts has it connected up. He's running a 774. And so the $10,000 Ronnie Hobbs Memorial Shootout. It's in honor of our dear friend, Ronnie Hobbs. Ronnie was the owner of Lone Star Corporation and Landon. And his family have continued on the tradition. They're putting up $10,000 for a shootout to top 8. We went from 8 to 4 to 2 last night. The 2 that remained right now. Was that McLean? I'll have to see. Off the run. Here we go, a 495 and a 9. 138 mile an hour for Trevor White. It's Ken Warburton out of Netawaka, Kansas in the 33 Roadster. Stacy Johnson out of Seminole, Oklahoma in an 06 Dragster. And so for those of you joining us just now, if you're local, obviously, a lengthy rain delay. If you're not local, a lengthy rain delay. That's the story of the day. About 11 o'clock to 4. What was that, about a 5-hour rain delay? 4.5, 5 hour? Yeah. Not fun. We thought it was going to go a little quicker than it didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I was eating lunch and I came out and I expected it to be like, you know, kind of like it is now or like it was about 20 minutes ago where it's like, okay, all right. And I'm like, oh, no. Yeah. Speaking of which, did you see Bob Glenn's pits? Lake Glenn? Oh, my gosh. If you guys are on Facebook, pop on over to the BK Racing team. Those poor souls. The B&K Motorsports team, Lake Glenn. Yeah. I mean, like everybody's probably a little wet, but poor Bob Glenn is probably a little more wet than others. Now the good news was I took a look at it in person. It was worse around the picnic area. The car area was a little more dry, but still no bueno. No, that's Bob Glenn. He's in like the second row of Pro Mods is all. Yeah. Oh, poor. I know. Well, you know, he comes to us from Florida, so he's used to the ocean. He just didn't expect he'd have it in the middle of Oklahoma. Yeah. You know, So I did hear, by the way, a tale of why he couldn't get that started. We'll save it for the Pro Mod round. box. He should come up here, but he needs a 24-bolt starter box as well. Yep. But he was saying he was actually lucky that lucky that he didn't fire it up. All right, so a little scrubby scrub there on the starting line. Or, like I said, poor Bob Glenn ordered a lake with his pit. You know, in Brainerd, they charge extra for the lakeside pits. That's not true, but they do have lakeside pits.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yep. So, y'all righty. All right, and so we'll launch another. Here's Carson Stooley out of Claremore, Okie. So the 4110 drags here on the right side will back up. Carson Stooley will hit the reverse. There's Rockin' Randall again. Is he in both Foot Brake and Super Pro then? All right, and so wait, come on. Stage these bad boys. Thank you guys, Tulsa. You guys are showing up. Appreciate that. I mean, it's only 4:30 in the afternoon, so we're just getting rolling here. MWDR Slips app is where you can find all the timing. MWDR Slips app is where you can find all times. Funny cars, funny cars, funny cars. We need you to the lanes. Funny cars to the lanes. Here we go. Green lights. Cross on a 569. 117 mile an hour on the right side. That'll bring us to Guy Turner. Turner's out of Tulsa. Benny Ammons out of Collinsville. Where is Stretch? I haven't seen Stretch today. Is he at the top? Is Stretch at the top? All right, that's what I thought. Hey, there's Jeff Pierce down here, too. All right, we only got one in there, and here we go. Across the line, 491 and a 9 for Benny Amazon, 139.44. And that is going to bring out our track prep services, courtesy of 2 Prep. That is the one and only Samuel Peterson. He's going to do that. He's going to do the Racing Lord's work and get things ready to rock and roll. Stroud Safety Pro Modified's coming up shortly. Mr. Narks, are you excited down there? Well, he's not. There's David Pierce down there. Jeff Pierce, David Pierce. No relation between these 2 Pierces. Yeah. I don't know why they're not pushing him back. Get him off the line. There we go. All right. We'll be right back here. We're going to throw to commercial break here. And we will be back with Pro Modified here. The Summit Racing Equipment Midwest Drag Racing Series.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Stroud Safety is built and designed by racers for racers. We make window nets, blower bags, turbo blankets, parachutes, 5, 6, and 7-point seat belts, wheelie bar nets, transmission blankets, fire suppression systems, as well as boots and suits. Everything we have is SFI certified and made in the USA. We are based out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 405-632-2022, or visit us at StroudSafety.com.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance. Priced to make your project affordable. And it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
we're doing, y'all?
We're doing beautiful, Coach.
You're doing beautiful? Alright, so I'm out here on the starting line. We got Mike Nartz, we got Richard out here, Jacob McNeil is right here. I don't know if y'all know this, but we have 2 big championships in play right now. In Pro Mod and it's Prep 420. So I want y'all to do is keep an eye on not just the $10,000 shootout that's coming up, but also keep an eye on Jacob McNeil and Aaron Wells, because Jacob McNeil and Aaron Wells are separated right now by only 2 points in the championship. You get 20 for a round win, so everything is up for grabs. Same with Pro 422. We have another championship battle there as well, as I go way outside the range of my microphone here. We'll have opening ceremonies coming up about an hour or thereabouts after this round of final qualifying for Pro Modified. So set a timer and we'll turn them around, cool them, fuel them, get the opening ceremony going. We thank you guys all for coming out here at Tulsa Raceway Park. So the man dragging the track right now, putting the rotator on there, it's Samuel Peterson. Samuel comes to us all the way from the great state of Michigan just to be here at the Throwdown in T-Town to make sure this track is ready to crown a champion. Samuel Peterson of 2 Prep. He was supposed to stay in our Airbnb last night. I don't think he slept at all because he did not come to the Airbnb. He did not come to the Airbnb the day before. I would reckon this man's probably working off 4 hours of sleep and spite over the course of the last 72 hours, somewhere around there. He has been working his tail off. And so if you see him, you're going to recognize him by his red ball cap. Tell him thank you for making this amazing surface here at Tulsa Raceway Park. And also a big thank you to Osage Casino and Hotel, Stroud Safety, and more, especially also, by the way, Summit Racing Equipment, for bringing us all of this racing action. It's about to go down here at TRP. All right. So I have the microphone right here. I have number one of the points by a precarious margin. Jacob McNeil, he goes, can I have the microphone? I'm going to try not to get fired.
Everybody in the stands, if you see a green Mustang, there's a driver named Aaron Wells. I will pay your mortgage for this whole month if you tie him up and take him home right now. Just take him home and don't come back till tomorrow. No. We have cash. Just take him and leave. He's in a green Mustang somewhere back there. Just tie him up, leave the property. And I'll give you a CUDA shirt.
So one shirt to commit kidnapping.
And their mortgage.
And their mortgage. Okay, and their mortgage. Right, there you go. Don't say that. They might actually take it seriously. He's right back there. Oklahoma City, I hear, is in the far drive away, so I mean, it wouldn't really be that. Yeah, you could just hide him in the car. Aaron Wells, your 2019 championship. Jacob McNeil, going for his first in Midwest Drag Racing Series. We're ready to rock and roll. I see the 187 Customs crew up here. I see the American Pride Cali Mills team out there. There we go. All right, so I'm down here at the starting line, right behind it, and I'm here with Kinsey Wells, or Kinsey Pierce. I did it again! Muscle memory. You and your mom, Tina, you primarily made this sweet trophy for the Ronnie Hobbs shootout. Tell us a little bit about making it. How did it all come together? Where did you find the parts? And what's it like?
So actually, we found the snake we used in New Mexico on a family vacation, and we got a lot of the parts from Aaron Wells and Keith Haney.
So you got parts from Aaron Wells and Keith Haney, so you're selling them. So you're not on Team Kidnap because Aaron Wells gave you some of the parts, is what I hear.
Yes.
And then the snake, you put the snake on. You did that last year as well. How did it feel gluing a snake on a giant trophy?
I don't know. We kind of built off of that first. That's the first thing we got, so kind of just built around it.
And then where would you put it if you won that trophy? Because it's massive. It has a giant snake. Is that going in the living room? Is that going in the bedroom?
It goes right on my bedroom, on my desk.
There you go. And then, do you guys know exactly how heavy it is?
No, we don't, but I can tell you that I can barely hold it for like more than 10 seconds.
Did you see Ellen yesterday? Ellen was carrying it around, and you could actually physically see her labor while she was carrying it.
Yes.
This cheeseburger gets the track nice and prepped. Oh, is he turning off? I think he's turning off. All right, we're going to go right back up. It's time for racing. It's time for full-on action. It's Tulsa Raceway Park. It's the Throwdown. All right, so coming up here, we have Cali Mills. We have Sean Ellington. Murder Nova versus Cali. That, my friends, is a matchup that has a little bit of history in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. $10,000 on the line. On the left-hand side, the one and only Callie Mills, your number one qualifier. Another 363 and a 7. She got here through 2 rounds of elimination last night. Racing in memorial of our friend Ronnie Hobbs. Big thank you to the Hobbs family, Lone Star Corporation, for putting down the 10K in memory of our dear friend Ronnie. Sean Ellington, a.k.a. Murder Nova. He's your number 3 qualifier. Nova, previous year 365 and a 6. These two went pound for pound last night. Callie Mills had a bit of a gift when Bob Glenn couldn't fire up the car. She looked beatable, but these are the 2 most consistent teams. I don't think it surprises anybody to see these 2 at the starting line right now with $10,000 on the line. It's the $10,000 Ronnie Hobbs Memorial Shootout, and he is going to smile on this one. We are staged up and ready to go. Mills wanted it. She drove left, she drove right, pulling the chutes. The one and only Sean Murder Nova Ellington takes the win on the right side. That is a 3.7 second pass at 216 miles an hour. Will it improve his time? No, but he already sits at a very stout 3rd on the qualifying sheet. He won't move up, but he will at least take home $10,000, courtesy of Lone Star Corporation and Landon Hobbs. Mills, 104 mile an hour pass. She wanted it, but it just was not to be. Keith, how was that down there, my man? Uh-oh, Keith Haney getting sprayed by the hose. Kinsey, Tina, how was that race down there? 2 thumbs up they're giving us. Here we go on the right side. It's DJ Cox. And on the left side, we have 2 hats. We have a second hat gone. On the left side, it's the one and only Ryan Bush. He's your number 14 qualifier, 3.77 seconds. Bush, very stout run himself. So El Chapo connects once again. El Chapo last night ran the first round of qualifying and then was not able to answer the bell for 2 consecutive rounds. He ran 3 rounds of qualifying last night. And so, Ryan Bush looking to hook up once more. And he won't. Meanwhile, DJ Cox straight down Broadway. The 368 is going to take him into the 5th qualifying spot at 202 mile an hour. Ryan Bush will break down. He won't answer the bell, and he will have to leave it to fate to see if he makes the field. I think he should be pretty safe. As I look, he's in 14th, so he's actually closer to the bump than you might be comfortable with. Ryan Bush going to leave it all to fate as a 368.5 at 202 is going to be the result for DJ Cox, who boogies down in that J&A Service hot rod. Here's a man on the outside looking in out of Olympia, Washington in the 1967 Mustang. He's your number 16 qualifier. I should say he's on the inside, and he's staring down the outside. He's on the bubble. He's on the bump. It's Ryan Griffin. He's going up against the man who is on the outside looking in. Oh, no, I see something on the track there by the Osage Casino. Sign on the left side. That okay, so it is just fuel on the line there, which is good. That's A-OK as Wayne Roberts in the 2013 Corvette adds a little extra sticky traction compound. Who says you need pimp juice? Right? Exactly. That's what the no prep guys need to do. They need to make one hit at it with just a terrible fuel system that dumps all over the track and then go. Exactly. You spray fuel out on the first hit, and then on the second hit, you go. It's called racing with your brain there, people. It's a 100 IQ play, as my friends would say. Wayne Roberts, he's racing in the 2013 Corvette. Hasn't gone quicker than 7 seconds this round, or this event, rather. We're staged up. We're ready to go. He's going to red light, but it doesn't matter. Steer through it, Wayne. He's going to grab a 379, and how about it? That is going to be a run that I believe gets him in the field. Let's take a look. It will. It bounces Todd Bennett down to the 16th spot. Ryan Griffin is in the 17th spot. He won't make the field pending some breaks. Wayne Roberts is here to play spoiler, and he does to the tune of a 379 with a little 7 at 181 miles per hour, the lowest mile per hour in the field by some 10 increments. Feel bad for the Griffin crew. They worked very hard to be here. They traveled a long way, but the three, that run is not going to get it done. As we need a final call for Funny Car, final call for Funny Car, final call for 420. If anybody needs fuel, the fuel guy will be here today. If you haven't seen him, see him. He'll be here till about 10. All right, so. That'll bring us to Rod Oxford and Todd Bennett. So I talked to Rod a little bit the other day because this is a very important story for him. He hasn't successfully bumped the car into the beams, so to speak, in order to launch. Uh-oh. He hasn't switched into reverse. There he goes. Woo. Oxford said, you know, part of it is I'm not used to it. The other part of it is he has a boatload more boost in there when he bumps into beans, and he goes, I'm just a lighter guy than Ed Thornton. And he goes, so that little bit less weight, little bit more oomph. He's like, I'll get the hang of it. He goes, but sometimes it bumps so violently that like it shakes my hand off of the trans brake or off the bump button rather. And he goes, and now I'm also used to, you know, one bump, but this one needs two. One, and it's like so he's learning the process of staging that car. Those turbo cars not easy to stage, especially when you're trying to get the hand of pro mod racing for the first time. Todd Bennett, your number 16 qualifier, he is on the bump. 383 to 2. We got red lights up. All right, so we are checking the track there, about 1,000 foot up. You can see our spotter. Here, 8th mile 1,000 is good. And you see them drag their hand across the track. They're checking to see if there's fluid. I'm told Wayne Roberts may have been dragging something, and so they have to double check. They didn't know until they get to the top end. They're going to double check the shutdown area. Give us like just a second, folks. All right, I heard we're ready. I heard we're good. I heard we're A-OK. Rod Oxford, Todd Bennett. Here we go. Left side, Todd Bennett. Right side, Todd Oxford. Oxford staged it. He chops down a 210 tree. Boogie's down with a 71. He staged it. He's got it. He bumped in. We'll take it. JT, how you feel about that one? 2 thumbs up, he goes. All right, we'd like that. You guys have worked your tails off this weekend, and nothing but respect, nothing but admiration for that crew, man. Whew. And so 71 on the right side, 75 on the left side for Todd Bennett.
I was like still holding it like facing you.
And so that'll bring us to Mike LeBate.
Yes, you were not allowed to push in here. We were not allowed to push
Mike LeBate and Keith Haney, you know his name. All right, so Haney on the left side, LeBate on the right side. Buddy Dylan back here. Just watched my mother and aunt get a baptism via Pro Mod. How many feet did Aunt Diane jump? Oh, she loved it? Yeah, I could tell. She's still there. Well, they might be afraid to move too. I can see them both like, And so this is the one they're checking out Keith Haney's pits just a little bit ago. Open pits here at the Midwest Drag Racing Series. So you could go wherever you want. Stick your head inside of a pro mod. Shoot, if you got a little kid, they'll stick little kids in the driver's seat sometimes. I'm not making that up. Number 10, qualifier Mr. Haney with a 69. And your number 14, qualifier Mike LeBate with a 76. Both in the 3-second range. So you can hear the turbo bump in. Oh! LeBate goes. Oh! Haney shakes it. Here's the wild thing. One, LeBate leaves before the third amber. He gets no time. Two, LeBate, or Haney, shook his tires 3 feet into it and decided to keep rattling his teeth loose for another 350 feet. I was going to say, well, if he doesn't have a mouthpiece, he'll have one next round, but there won't be much left to protect. Yeah, he's gumming that sucker up, man. Oh, goodness gracious. I was like, lift, buddy, lift. His tire marks look like somebody took a basketball. Goodness gracious, Keith. You know, there are people in San Francisco and Japan that have never felt anything shake that violently. Goodness gracious. Whew. And so that'll bring us Aaron Wells. Nobody has successfully kidnapped him. I don't know if you heard that from Mr. McNeil. Oh, man. And on the left side, Ryan Hayward. Hayward comes to us from Marysville, Washington. This is your number 4 and 6 qualifier. If anybody needs a pump out, the pump out crew are here. Go to the front gates, get a ticket. If you need a pump out, front gates. 420 to 5 and 6, top dragster to 7 and 8. 420 to 5 and 6, TD to 7 and 8, please. I'll get that on the group chat, but real quick here, Aaron Wells, number 6 qualifier with a 69 and a 1. First there is going to be a 66 for Aaron Wells. He'll tighten up the sheet. And a 68 for Ryan Hayward. Not quite there yet. And so we will have our opening ceremonies coming up right about 45 minutes after we continue this one. Or right after this. Meanwhile, Aaron Wells is going to tighten that one up. And Ryan Hayward will stay pat. Hayward, 67, not going to improve. He's slower by 100th, but that's actually pretty good. All right, and that'll bring us to our next pair. And speaking of Dublin, Jacob McNeil and Tommy Cunningham. We're doubling up on the orange. I had to make that joke work. You know, I had to fight for that one. Cunningham, It's your number 2 qualifier, and I'll be honest with you, monster weekend from him so far. Very impressive, what he's been able to do with the program being in the cobwebs for a little bit. And he's a very busy businessman. Well, I would say probably the busiest businessman outside of the J&A crew on the property. The Stroud safety is everywhere. Meanwhile, Jacob McNeil, not to bump his work ethic, he's your number 9 qualifier. He is looking for a championship this weekend. He is your number 9, 369. His previous pass, little 7. He had to pedal his first one. And he's hooked up in the meantime. We thank all y'all for coming out here to Tulsa Raceway Park. Hope you're going to enjoy this show, both in person, online, and around the world. Let's rock and roll. Cunningham lifts the skirt to the 330. 62.9. Hold your horses. That's your number 1 qualifier by 100th. He's ahead of Callie Mills. He hiked the skirt. Tommy Cunningham means business, my man. Hey, for all you guys past the scoreboards, we need you off the walls. Off the walls, unless you're a photographer, please. Off the walls, unless you're a photographer. We will stop the race. All right, that was a friendly reminder. We do have photographers down there. You guys, photographers we got no problem with. Yeah. And so that'll bring us to Yeoman and Williams. Yeoman on the outside looking in, 4:06 and an 8. Williams a 3:76 and a 4 in the Grand Prix lane. It's so, Tommy Cunningham, that son of a gun. When I was talking with him, he's like, yeah, the plan is, we'll test on Friday, and if we feel comfortable, I think we'll enter the show on Friday night and hopefully make the field. The number 1 qualifier. Come on. In the heat of the day, yeah, he didn't have an ace up the sleeve. He had the whole deck up his sleeve, and he was like, here's a royal flush. There you go. Deal with it. Yeah, right? He plopped his Noonan on the table and said, here's what I got. There we go. Yeoman's not going to get there. He's huffing and puffing. And meanwhile, Sandman with a 74 and a 6 is going to improve. How about Tony Williams? Tony Williams went through heck and back, but he's back. He's running number 12. 3.746. Griffin, Martin, Gentry, and Yeoman, Martin yet to run, are on the outside looking in. Gentry is yet to run as well, yes. Yep. And so Griffin ran, Martin, and Gentry. Yeah, that's the other thing, too, is we'll have alternates. We could have a breakdown. Ryan Bush is in the show. He hasn't made a pass. He did a test-only pass, so that could come into play. He did, but he backed out. Yeah. But he made a test pass last night, a time-only pass, so the car clearly worked at some point. So it's not broke, quote, quote. No starter box for Bob Glenn still? Oh, my gosh. That's a heartbreak. That'll bring us to John Gentry on the right side, a solo pass. There's the smoke wafts over the starting line at Tulsa Raceway Park. We have our 2 guests over here. How was that experience? Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, thumbs down. It was crazy, she says, almost falling over with the thumbs up. The air went up my nose. Sometimes it smelled like fruit. It was really weird. You feel the heat coming off the cars too, couldn't you? The ground moving. Oh. When the parachutes came out, she thought the car might have exploded. This is her first drag race, and we decided to stick her in between two pro mods. Now that's an experience. Ladies and gentlemen, my Aunt Diane, who is used to daily drivers, not quite this. No. Yeah, right. So John Gentry is your number 20 qualifier, 4:07 and a 2. Gentry is his first weekend ever in pro modified drag racing. He's run quite a bit already in top sportsman and other classes, but built this bad boy. .407. All right, so 4:07 and a 4. Last night, his quickest during the night was 4:07 and a 2, so they turned it up a little bit more. He's sneaking up on it.
Honey wagon is here.
All right, so the Honey Wagon's here. If you need a pump out, go out and get a ticket at the front gate. It's the only time he'll be here. You want to talk about a name? Here's a name right here, Billy Danica. He is your number 1 in the NHRA Pro Mod points. Danica. I mean, he's a monster, man. He's a monster of a racer. Comes to us from Brandon, Mississippi. He's your number 7 qualifier, 369 and a 2 at 2:04. Now, this is normally a quarter-mile car, which means that in the quarter-mile settings, he's not going to be as aggressive in that first, to him, half of the track, to us, full track. And so he's not going to find probably the 50s or low 60s because he's got to go to Las Vegas here in 10 days. And, well, this is almost a test session for him. But he can still run numbers, a 69.2, a 69.4. You know he's a driver. You know he can wheel. What do we got? And let's get through this right here. Green light, Danica, little left, gentle. I'll eat my own words. 361 and a 5, Billy Danica to the front. He is your number 1 qualifier by 100th of a second. I said he might not go low 60s, and he did. Apparently, he pulled the quarter-mile tune, and he put the 8th-mile tune in it. Real quick, we have a Chevy Silverado, Arkansas plates, AUV 03U. AUV 03U. It's a Chevy Silverado from Arkansas. We need you to move that bad boy. Thank you. It's in the middle of the parking. It's in the middle of the lanes, basically. Yeah, so we need you to move that bad boy. Thank you. So Billy Danica with a monster run. Wow. Yeah. Here comes Todd Martin. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Co-owner of the Osage Casino Hotel, Tulsa Raceway Park. Final call 420, final call 420. Final hit for top dragster to 7 and 8. Top sportsman to the lanes, please. Top sportsman to lanes 9 and 10. And so Billy Danica rockets to the front. I'm curious to see what Todd Martin can do here. He's on the outside looking in. Right now the bump 379. He's ran at 394. He's capable of going much quicker than that. Come on now. So Bob Glenn not answering the bell. He needed a starter, 24-volt starter. Here we go. 374. Todd Martin is in the show. Martin with a 3.740. 374. He's going to knock Wayne Roberts into 17th. Your bump. And it's all said and done. We'll get it to you because my screen won't show that because we're changing classes. How about that? And so as we move on to our funny cars, 3 of them will answer the bell this morning. Now, it's qualifying, remember, so the qualifiers are not going to... the odds you improve your time in this condition, not great. But you never know. It's Kirk Williams and Lance Van Howen. The Honey Truck is here. It's the only time he'll be here. Get your tickets at the front gate, please. Van Howen Brothers Racing. You seen the back end of this thing? You ever seen the movie Heavy Metal? Yeah. You see the back end of this funny car? Yeah. Because what's more awesome than a babe with a sword riding a polar bear? Dude, it's sick, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. They come to us from Rhinebeck, Iowa, the 2021 Camaro, your number 5 qualifier. 380 and a 1. Kirk Williams, your number 2 qualifier at 373 and a 9. Tell you what, they both go off the groove a little bit, but on opposite directions. Great run there from Lance Van Howen. 370 and a 3. He's your number 2 qualifier, Van Howen's. 2. Good run there from the crew there. That's some good stuff, man. So Van Howen with the 370, the 373 on the right side. Or 377, excuse me, for Kirk Williams. All right, so we got at least one of them that are stuck. I see. Yeah, it might be Kirk stuck up there. He ran out of runway, so they're ran out of momentum, so they're going to push him up there. We had that uphill shutdown area. Great. Well, it's a safety feature. It's there intentionally, you know. You don't notice it, but when you're at the top end, you're taller than this building. It is that much of an incline. Here, I took a picture of it the other day. You can find it on Tulsa Raceway Park. On their Facebook account. Thank you, Ellen. You're wonderful. Yeah, well, you don't notice it, but after that, there's that initial uphill, but after that, it's a couple percent, but it's not steep, but it is steady the whole way up to the top. And so that'll bring us to Mark Billington. You also get a really great view of the Tulsa skyline, which is off to our right here in the race control tower. All right, final call, top sportsman, top dragster. Final call, top sportsman, top dragster. Super Pro rerun to the lanes. 550 rerun to the lanes, please. Yet so Mark Billington will come up. He's your number 5 qualifier on the right side. He's racing out of Prosper, Texas in the 2023 Camaro. The rerun 3 pair for Super Pro and the rerun for 550, we need you to the lanes, please. There we go, a 72 and a 6. That will improve him. Let's see where he slots in, number 3. 372 at a solid 206 mile an hour clip, not too shabby, and the push pursuit vehicle comes out. Like I mentioned, it's a safety feature, but also, you know, you hit the brakes, you pull the parachutes, you turn the car off, you let it run, you know, and sometimes you just don't have the momentum to get it. We experience that often at Flying H Drag Strip in Odessa. That track is, what, like 4,000 feet long? Yeah, I think it's over 4,000 feet. And it is finish line, steady uphill. Steady uphill for, well, at that point, it would be 1320. At that point, about 3,000 feet uphill, right? And there's only the turn-off at the top. There's a turn-off right by the finish line at the quarter mile, which you're going to go too fast by to turn off unless you're a junior. And then there's the top end. And the funny cars, just because of the way their body's shaped and the way the parachute's set, they just don't reach the top end. So you have to push almost every pair off the top. And so that'll bring us to Macy Higgins on the left side. On the right side, all righty. So this is the world's fastest index class. Index means everyone is aiming for the same time, goes close to the pin without going under. Reverse Price is Right rules. This is qualifying. You qualify by getting close to 4.20 seconds. Here we go. Not going to happen on the right side. Left side, Macy Higgins is too quick. Higgins, a 4:25 is going to qualify him. that previous run, the first run he did of 4:25, will qualify him for. That'll bring us to Rich Smith and a 1-point separating Pro 420 championship leader, David Pierce. Dave Pierce out of Claremore, Oklahoma, a 1968 Camaro. Your number 3 qualifier. Final call, top sportsman. Final call, top sportsman. Oh, look at the nitrous purge there from Rich Smith. Smith races to us out of Wentzville. Lots of business that happens in Wentzville. It's a very business-savvy town. By that I mean there's a lot of office parks in Wentzville. There's a lot of office parks in Wentzville. 1968 Camaro, he's your number 1 qualifier, and it's going to be pretty darn hard to beat. He's a 4.20 with a little 1. Okay. The reruns that I called up, 3 and 4. I'll say that again in a second. Meanwhile, David Pierce, the left, right, bam, 418. Pierce will stay number 3 for now. Rich Smith goes a little too quick. A 419 and an 8 for Rich Smith. And so then I need the reruns that I announced. Those reruns for Super Pro and for 550. You guys need to make your way to the lanes. Rick Dean on the left side. He is racing out of Claremore. We're seeing something beneath the car there. We're taking a look beneath it, and that's no bueno. And so, Rick Dean, will he fire it back up? Will he stage it? He will fire it back up. There we go. Rick taking a Champion Auto Lifts, is proud sponsor of the Champion Auto Lifts Pro 420. Here's Rick Dean in the 1996 Mustang. There we go, Fox body. He's got a little tire spin and maybe a little fuel there. 490. For Rick Dean. 490 and a little 4, that's not going to get him anywhere. He's still going to remain quite a ways down there. All right, we didn't call the index.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep. We need a 550 index, but the reruns only. The reruns.
Tell them, I would just say,
If you came up to the tower, talked to Eric, and agreed to it, we need you in the lanes. Including the junior. The one junior. And that'll bring us to Ingolf Anderson. Anderson. Coming out of Hifnarfjord, Iceland. Your number one qualifier, a 381 and a 3. Go. Keith Youngblood going to the trifecta. He's going to log a 4:17 and a 3 on the right side. And that won't make him any quicker. Anderson with a 4:76 and a 2. He would make the Pro Mod field in the top dragster. That's a little silly. That is a little silly. Katie Laughter on the right side. Stock Block LS record holder. And how about this? Aaron Wells and Jacob McNeil are on the same half of the same side of the ladder. I'll get you that when I get a chance here. Meanwhile, Katie Laughter and Tim White. We'll line up and go. 05 for Katie Laughter, a 436 at the 8th at 169. Tim White, 021 on the tree. 160 mile an hour for him as well. And that'll bring us to our next pair. Roland Rang and Chloe Janicek. We go. Roland Rang, the quicker of the two trees. 10th of a second for Chloe Janicek. How about a 397 to 2, 183 mile an hour. Here's Lloyd McClure out of Ottawa, Kansas. Your number 5 qualifier. Not on file off here on the left side. And so Lloyd McClure will run on the right side. He's going to hop through to 5th on the qualifying sheet. Here's Danielle Miller and Rich Moline. Moline on the right side, Miller on the left side. Your number 10 qualifier, your number 12 qualifier. Miller out of Topeka. Green Lightnings go. Up across the line, 031 on the tree, 444 on the left side. On the right side, 444 as well, with a 0 and a 2, respectively. Here comes Jordan Epper-Jesse out of Lake Dallas. Your number 6 qualifier, a 408. Got the bottle in the car. As I drop my phone. And so Mark Moore. Yeah, it don't work like that, buddy. It's like I didn't plan on doing that, but here I am. So Epper-Jesse with a solo pass on the left side. Epper-Jesse. Does not make the pass either. So, wonder what's going on there with Jordan. She's usually all over it, so. That'll bring us into our compressed air supercharging top sportsman. Jason Kimbrell on the right side, Rod Moore on the left side. Moore, 3-time champion of the Midwest Drag Racing Series. So your number 16 qualifier in the Whiskey Barrel will not take it home this year. And so, the Whiskey Barrel will stage up. It's up to Jason Kimbrell in the Saturn to stage. Not a super common combo on Saturn. There we go. Across the line now about a 475 and a 6, 145. That'll be as quick as by about 100. Rod Moore will tighten the field up a little bit. He'll qualify 9. So here is Doug Woody. Off he goes. So too does Travis Leach. On a 4.4 flat at 163 mile an hour, 477 at a 244. As that'll bring us to Ray Silverman. Purge the nitrous and stage up Tina Pierce in the compressed air supercharged 2008 Colorado. Here's your number 8 qualifier. Easy to see. Well, she pedaled it and she saved it over a 457 and an 8. You can see David Pierce's mind already tumbling as he walks back, can't you? Very interesting to me to watch. Small tire to the lanes, please. Small tire to the lanes, please. All right, and so 1 hour heads up for the Pro Mod. Small tire, we need you to the lanes. Tyler Wells on the left side, your number 6 qualifier. Mark Griffin in the Grand Prix lane on the right side, your number 4 qualifier. Red light for Mark Griffin. And across the line out at 434 to 4 for Tyler Wells at 164. Hey, just a heads up, by the way, we are looking for Mr. Lightning McQueen. You need an accurate. Yeah, he's got to be in the lanes, but. Yeah, will he be in the next pair? Yeah, we're going to need an accurate thing, though. I will call you Lightning McQueen, but you just got to put accurate information. Here's Hollywood Haywood on the right side. Kirk Pikey on the left side. All right, and so Hollywood Haywood will stage up here on the right side. And across the line, 474 and a 6 for Haywood. Pipe key at 475 and a 4. So there's Lightning McQueen. Now, it lists him as out of Radiator Springs, but I certainly hope we have his accurate information up here in the tower. Otherwise, a fictional character from the Disney Pixar universe will be getting the winner's check and not whoever's behind the wheel. Shannon Smith out of Rockwall, Texas on the left-hand side. I do like the 95. I like that they found a Rusty's decal and put it on. And so, we'll stage them. Here we go. McQueen. All right. All right. And the. All right. All right. So the red lights are going up. We're backing the cars up. We have a medical emergency elsewhere on the property, so we're going to hold them up for just a second. We just want to make sure that the safety staff is occupied with what is happening there, and that we don't create another problem here. So, hold up for just a second there, and we will be back shortly. All right, so I'm sitting here with the one and only David Dothett. Man, I tell you what, you guys put on an awesome show last night. You're driving the PT Cruiser, and first off, I got to shout out Jet Cars Rock, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Jet Cars Rock. You'll be putting on a show tonight.
JetCarsRock.com.
JetCarsRock.com. That's right, as well.
You just can't pronounce my last name, man. It's not Smith or Jones, so
Yeah.
I just told Robin, go with something different.
Go with some. Hey, dude, I'm Clevenger, so I feel you, man.
Pronounce your name.
Yeah, that's fair. Can you spell it, though?
Well, I don't know about anybody else. But, when you look at my name, I mean, I've been called Do It, Don't It, and man, just call me the jet car guy. I'm good.
The jet car guy. You've been the jet car guy for years. I was reading your information
40
last
years
night.
we've been doing this.
40
Since I
years.
was 10 years old. Yeah, no. My dad had a wheel stander when I was little in 1985. We bought the first jet car, and I'm a firebug by nature, so this works just great for me.
You know, at one point, obviously, you were the fastest and quickest teenager in the world. Is that right?
Yeah, until Rhonda Hartman got her dragster license in the top four.
No.
Same year.
The same year.
Yeah, no, at the beginning of the year I was fast, and at the end of the year I was slow.
Well,
But
hey,
no,
you,
and, 18 years old, a week
Yep.
after graduating high school, and I'm going 270 miles an hour in a jet car. My friends are in Mexico on trips, and getting new cars and getting ready for college, and I'm still here.
I'm still here. I'm going a lot faster than you. But,
Well, I slowed down a little bit, but we all slow down after
Yeah, well. You don't, I mean, you say you slow down, and yet you're still behind the wheel of a PT Cruiser that lays down the
We
law.
just had to do something different.
Yeah, man.
The PT Cruiser body was out there, and Corey got a hold of Sam I's old car, and when he started putting it back together, he says, "Dude, I got a plan."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh boy!" And then the PT Cruiser came to life, and here we are.
There you are. I said the Black Pearl is in the shipyard right now, getting some new cladding, couple new guns on it, right?
Yeah, I got to put a few new masks, a new propeller,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Holy cow! I thought it was a nitro funny car, man. And I don't know if there's video out there, but when we watch our video, the roof bubbles up, the roof comes down, and the body goes off, and yeah.
Well-
At least we didn't kick the rods out. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It was a mess.
It was a mess. It's interesting. If you go down to the pits, you can stick your head in them and take a look, man. You can see these. It is just a body over a chassis, and the body is, I don't want to say expendable, but the chassis is what matters. Yeah.
But like I tell my family, we don't build these things to go fast. We build them to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at them, and there's all this wiring, there's all this plumbing, and everything is the way it is, it's like, just in case.
Just in case, yep.
And as long as we're just in case mode, that's good enough for me. And but the boys do a good job of driving the cars, and the girls do a good job of keeping us going up and down the road.
Yeah, right on, man. And so I gotta ask, how many shows do you guys do a year?
Right now we're averaging a little over 20.
So that's every other weekend.
Yeah. We started when we were here, the first race was here, and the last race was here, so we did all that in between. There was, what did we say? There was 12 shows in 10 weeks that we tried to do.
Oh my gosh. And here I thought Callie Mills was crazy doing 6 weeks in a row of pro mod racing. But you're doing 12 shows in 10 weeks. As Lightning McQueen will do a burnout here, and we'll talk to David a little more here, but as we go through compressor supercharging top sportsman. But the good news is that means that the medical staff has given us the clear to race again, which is the most important part. It's a little bit warm out there, and man, it's not easy on some of these guys who have been out there cooking all day.
Oh my goodness, dude. I mean, when it was raining earlier, I walked outside, and I'm like, I just expect this rain to be cold. And it was like almost 80. I'm like,
No.
yeah, no, yesterday I cooked. It was, and then I go get in the race car, get out, and I look as red as the body.
Oh yeah. And so you're driving these jet cars right here, right? Lightning McQueen, Shannon Smith on the left. This is time trial for compressor supercharging top sportsman. I'll continue here in a second, but let's take a look at what they have to do. Nice little launch there. Lightning McQueen, quote unquote, little left off the groove, 489 and a 5 at 142 mile an hour. Shannon Smith will log a 443. Won't improve their time either. And so you're in these cars. They're loud and they're hot up here. How much do you feel that, or have you kind of been desensitized to it over the years?
You're a little desensitized over the years, but I don't get a lot of heat from the engine.
Mm-hmm. Usually you plan on the heat being behind you, right? Yeah.
But, you know, when it's 90 degrees outside and I got to put that big old fire suit on and the boots and the gloves, I can lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds a weekend. if it's hot
Goodness
enough.
gracious. By the way, Casey Higgins here making a solo pass on the left-hand side, part of Dwayne Higgins Racing. Now, do you guys do shows in like Arizona and whatnot? Those have to be
I haven't
cooking.
been west of Tulsa in 5 years.
In 5 years, no kidding. So you're
We've been predominantly east of the Mississippi.
no kidding. So you guys kind of have your own region, and I know this is true about some of the show cars too. You kind of have your own region that you hit, and then
I
it
try
gets
to
good.
pick up from St. Louis. You know what? No, I tell everybody half jet car will travel. So
Yeah.
Don't let me tell you I want to be in that region.
You hear that?
I will go race anywhere if you pay me enough money.
You hear that? Pacific Raceways, Firebird Raceway in Idaho.
I love driving, racing through the news.
Oh yeah.
Man, my dad and I held speed records at that track before the fast got
No
started.
kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And my kids still live in Idaho.
No, it's a beautiful country out there, isn't it? Oh, it's gorgeous. Also,
It's an inversion station.
yeah. No kid. Yeah.
I
What?
lived there for 10 years. I can tell you if it's screwy.
Real quick here, Casey Higgins out of Old Berry, Arkansas gets a red light by 0.08. It's not going to matter though. Just time trials 4:34 and a 7, and so that'll bring us, I believe, to some reruns real quick. We have people here who are watching on the Midwest Drag Racing Series live stream. It's if you guys have comments or questions, rather, drop them in the chat. We'll get to those. But for those of you who are watching, we had somebody watching from Scotland earlier. What if you've never seen a jet dragster, and I don't know how often you're on the outside of them as compared to the inside of them, what does it feel like, man, to describe it to people who haven't done it?
It's really hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
So the launch off the starting line is like the first big drop on the roller coaster when your stomach ends up in your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And when the chute hits, it's like hit the brick wall.
Oh.
If you're not prepared to shoot, they'll talk to you around the steering wheel, and you can be in tight can be, and you can still move 6 to 8 inches.
Good night. You know, was it you that said the first time you pulled the chutes, you had an oh no moment, I think?
Yeah, because my dad was pulling my shoulder pads down.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I did 27 pounds on the steering wheel. I didn't come out of the car, but yeah, I moved out of the seat. And I'm like, oh, goodness. And when I went back and told my dad, he says, that'll teach you to do belts.
No kidding.
Okay, thanks.
That's a tough love moment right there. You sink or swim, man. You sink or swim. And so we get a rerun there. So part of the issue is here, and you've been around drag racing your entire life, man. We had the tree on, I think it was on a pro tree instead of a sportsman tree for like a couple pairs. So they're getting a rerun because we looked and
Many times I've gone up there and watched the countdown. And okay, I'll wait for it.
Yeah. We didn't call juniors yet.
No, we haven't yet because we're just having a small tire.
Okay. Outlaw gassers to the lanes, please. Outlaw gassers to the lanes, please. All right, so outlaw gassers to the lanes, please. All right, so that little sink or swim moment when you hit the brick wall and you didn't tighten it down. I imagine you never went down unbuckled again. Yeah.
That only happened once.
Yeah.
You only forget one time.
You forget one time. Hey, speaking of young jet car drivers or first-timer jet car drivers, you have the latest jet car licensed guy out there.
Yeah, Corey Ford.
Corey Ford, yeah.
Corey built the PT Cruiser,
No kid. Okay.
and he's rebuilding the Black Pearl right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had him on, kind of had him.
I gotta imagine, I always say there's a little bit of trust there when you're going side by side with anybody, right? Because it's,
I'm signing their license races. So if I'm not comfortable running next to him, I won't stop. And I'll hope you make him run until you're ready for me to be. Because
Yeah.
if I'm comfortable, anybody else can be.
Well, there you go. And you know, there is an aspect of danger there too, where it's like, no, like you're not just a danger to yourself, but I'm side by side with you, man. We got to be.
I don't believe much of it anyway. This stuff is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah, absolutely. Safety users are never losers, as a friend of mine would say. The thrust coming off of these, when you fire them up, is something to feel back here in the tower. I mean, it flexes the windows. You can feel the heat off of it. Have you ever launched anything spectacular? Have you ever looked back and somebody said, well, you ruined this?
I was in Terminal Island, Long Beach, California.
Okay.
And it backed up, the starting line water box backed up to the street. I mean, it was on
Yeah.
behind the water box was Jersey Barrier. On fire and then launched it up over the telephone pole behind the starting line, and somewhere in my pile of pictures, there's that picture of a piece of plywood on fire above the ground.
I like that. I like that. I remember a few years back at it wasn't you, but it was another jet car. It was Night of Fire in Norwalk, and they accidentally lit the billboards on fire. It's so. Yeah, I'm not even not accidental.
Finished the night off with Moats burning the wall down, or one of the jet cars burning the wall down, and then his big fireworks show at Norwalk. Oh my gosh. You know, you
Oh yeah.
Where?
Your daughter has more info about the history of the jet cars. I love this. It's as we move into no time. It's Dale Mothers on the right side, no name on the left side, but it's the hayseed. Are you gonna drive at some point? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you kidding? She tells everybody her daddy drives her jet car.
Yeah. What's it like? All right, I gotta steal one more of these because we're gonna interview the daughter here. All right, first off, introduce yourself. All right, so Catherine, how old are you? 14. Okay, so that is sophomore, freshman. Okay, what's it like when you get back from summer vacation and people are talking about what they do and you're like, so my dad races jet cars and I was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. I was gonna ask. I'm like, how in the world do you manage that? When your friends, are like, oh yeah, we went to, California. You're like, oh yeah, we lit things on fire. How's that go? They don't care. Yeah.
A lot of my friends are not car people.
Well, I mean, some of your, well, I mean, some of it though. It's like, you got friends outside the car scene that they just like you for you, right? Yeah, that means they like you for you and not your ride. Yeah, right. Yeah, they already think we're all nuts. So.
You're gonna quit racing and settle down and go get a job, dude. I did that.
And so, no time again. We got two drivers not on file here. It's the small tires. Light them up. So, what do you drive? Do you drive anything right now, or do you just? Okay, so you're waiting until the jet cars go. Oh, right, because you're 14. Well, I was like, juniors? Well, no, because you wouldn't run a junior. Obviously. But life on the road. What are your favorite states to be in? And you don't have to say Oklahoma to kiss up to the crowd here.
I really like my home state, Colorado.
Mm.
My favorite.
Yep.
We spend a lot of time in Wisconsin. We
Yep.
have at least 3 shows up there a year, and next year it's like,
Dang.
Yeah, there's a couple tracks up there. You just never know.
Yeah.
You have no idea where you might see.
You know, I think one of the great things, and I travel, but you guys are always on the road, and so like I look up to families like yours, and I'm like, man, you guys are, you're crazy and awesome, but like crazy in an awesome way, right? And I'm like, but I look up to it, and I'm like, man, the stories you guys have to collect. I mean, you're collected stories like crazy.
I tell them all the time, I can remember half the stories that have happened to us along the way, and I'm sure all the other agents.
Mm-hmm.
And half
Right. All right, small tire ripping it up across the line. A time I can't say. Wind light up on the left-hand side. You have friends who play a lot of video games, right? Have you ever thought about the like complete difference in life that you live versus that like, because like my brother studies psychology and plays video games basically like 6 hours a day, and that's his college life. And I'm like, you and I have not a lot in common. And so, you know, this crowd in Tulsa is pretty sweet. How cool is it to be able to perform? Oh, get it, Junkyard Stewed! Get it, Sandlin! He's at the 700-foot mark. We were asking questions. We were doing interviews. Sandlin goes, "Hey, watch this, baby."
We're going to be spectacular.
All right.
He told me he was going after the oil tires. And I said, well,
Just watch this.
I guess that was a just watch me.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so if you can't drive a jet car, nitro funny car. All right, how do you like this stewed though?
I like it, but Brandon is nuts. I've seen that car both sides from the firing line and win the race. So you have to be able to find the cars going straight for you to get in. Because none of these things work.
No, they do not. They do not.
I watched Sean go and make all those test runs.
Mhm.
Right, that's right. Dude. And then they figure it out.
I always say, yeah, it is incredible. I always say that when it works, it looks. Oh, well, that didn't look quite as outrageous as. But you know, I was gonna say, you know, when it works, it looks easy, right? Bob Tasca says when you have a good team around you, some days all you have to do is hit the gas pedal and let go of the steering wheel. When it doesn't work, you look insane.
I look insane anyways because we strap a jet engine to my back.
Yeah, right. But
When you have a good team and you have a good family behind you, you can't do anything.
so go on and say hi to the Gothits. They're down there. They're right behind the tower, right?
You go see Sean. I'm right next door.
Right next door, right? Did you? By the way, did you guys stay dry during the rain delay? You guys all right? Yeah. That's the life, baby. Oh, man.
Those guys, they work. I don't know. I think they started the car at 4:30 this morning.
They're crazy, aren't they?
They had both heads off the last.
Yeah, too. You know what's awesome too?
If they win 10 grand this afternoon, who knows what he's gonna do tonight? Racing is fun.
It is, man. You know what's awesome too is not only were they up here at 4:30 a.m. When I left the track, they were still signing autographs with the fans out there. And we had one person on Facebook who was like, "I've waited all my life to see Sean, and I finally got a hat and he signed it." And I was like, "What? That's why we do it. We do it for them."
Absolutely. It only takes one. I want that one look. This car and the property, I melt like a snowman in summer, and I'm good.
Well, go tell David how cool his car is right down here.
Tell Corey Ford how cool he is.
No kidding, right? Here's Bobby and Lance. Lance Mason, Bobby Freeman on the right-hand side. Travis Cannon down there. He was giving me guff. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are the best, and it's great to see you all again. And I'll throw off these microphones so they don't catch me saying inappropriate words off the mic. But Those guys are the best, man. I love the Dolphins. They're so cool. Follow them on Jet Cars Rock. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's on TikTok. Robin does TikTok lives, and if you follow her on TikTok Live, she kind of does like a behind the scenes. If you ever wonder what the life we live kind of looks like, and they live life at 100 miles an hour, and I live it at about 20. They're like, hey, TikTok Live, here we are. We're on the road to this. Hey, here we are. We're in race control. Hey, here we are. This is what's right. They show off the behind the scenes of what the life of racers look like that tour around like that, and it is so cool to watch. They did one live just the other day on Friday before we started qualifying. So Larry Ashlock and Jim Anderson take off. Oh, thank goodness. I was talking, and I talked about the Dolphins, and I look up, and I'm like, oh, no, the scoreboards are on. The scoreboard, it's all right.
We're watching it, guys. We're watching it. Let's try to just get through these in there classes. Starter and I back here keeping an eye on it. You guys just let's try to get through these in there.
Rick Peden on the right-hand side. Gordon Laster on the left-hand side. Laster out of Muskogee. As we move through the gassers, Rick Peden on the right side, down into a 685. Gordon Laster at 723. We're eliminating here. I gotta tell y'all about the fun time Gordon Laster had going on a little wet and wild safari earlier.
605 and 6, 550, 7 and 8.
All right, 605 and 6, 550 to 7 and 8. For round one of eliminations. I have some pin somewhere here. Come on now. There we go. All right, so 6-0 to 5 and 6, 550 to 7 and 8, please. 6-0 to 5 and 6, 7 and 8 to 550. All right, there we go. And so, all right, we're on hold here for just a second. On hold here for just a second. As the All right. So as you can see, we have precipitation in the sky. And apologize for that. I mean, I can't control the weather, so I don't know why I'm apologizing. But we need everybody in the staging lanes back to your pits. Staging lanes back to your pits. Please be careful. People are coming out of the bleachers. Be safe. We're already in the process of trying to keep the track in pristine order. So same with our cameras and whatnot. And so we are trying to get everything ready to roll here. And unfortunately, I mean, we're bagging up the cameras, as you can see here. All right. So We are trying to bag it up, and there we go. Again, folks, we're on a rain hold. You can see the precip on the starting line. You can feel it probably. And we have another storm. This one's coming from the opposite direction of the previous one. How silly is that? Probably find a place to go underneath the bleachers. Wait us out. We're going to... So we will resume racing as soon as this is passed. We will resume racing as soon as this is passed. What's our radar look like? Oh, it's a really quick sell. Yeah, this isn't even the heavy stuff. It actually went around us. So this will be a quick sell. I mean, what are we looking at? Probably, I don't know, less than an hour for sure. So, which the good news there is the shorter the rain, the shorter the track drying process. So stay with us, folks. Stay with us. The pits have some dry tents out there. The grandstands will be dry. And stick with us, folks, because we will get to running. If y'all got time, smash that like button, please. Hit share, and we will be back in just un segundo. All right, well, the good news for those of you guys watching at home, you can kind of see the sunlight peeking out from the back side of it. So this will be a really quick sell. You can, like I said, you can see the sunlight coming out, trying to fight from behind the cell. So it'll hit, and then it'll be out. Hey, what's up, Camden? And so we'll be all right. We'll get through this. I'll tell you what, I will say, just based off what I can see, it's going to look spectacular once we blast through this. So stay tuned. And no, we do not have a time restriction here. God bless Tulsa Raceway Park.
Okay, so we'll use this one, and we'll use the other one. All right, Cheeseburger. Is it bad that I'm not sure I know your real name? I just know Cheeseburger. It works. All right, so here is your microphone.
So fortunately, when we talk about my name, it's Eric, right?
Yeah.
But 90% of the time when somebody calls me Eric, I don't even look at them because everybody calls me Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So Eric is like when my mom's mad, something like that.
So you're running the. Oh man, look at that! Hey guys, could we point
It's
this?
a full rainbow.
It is a full rainbow.
It's like a completely full one.
I'm trying to tilt this up so you can see it. Oh man. Oh, man,
Watch, the camera's going to like distort it just to where you can't see
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say I don't think you can see it.
Not working.
Yep. So we got a full rainbow. All right. So, Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna have good news or bad news, but you want to talk about the schedule here because you're running this show.
Yeah. So it's not the worst news. We just have to make a couple schedule changes when it comes to starting back racing. So once this weather goes away, we'll have about 45 minutes. There we go. Now we're seeing the track.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I was accidentally perfect.
Yeah.
Anyways, once we get back to it, it's going to take us about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to get the track dry, ready to go, prepped. So our plan and what we're going to do from this point on is we're going to roll in as soon as the track's ready in the opening ceremonies, and we're going to roll in a first round of Pro Mod, and we're going to run all the way down the list of Midwest classes.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Pro Mod, Slammers, Funny Car, Pro 420, Top Dragster, Top Sportsman, and Juniors. And then once we get done with the Juniors, then we're going to add Super Pro and Foot Brake.
Mm-hmm.
And we will reassess at that point when we're going to throw the index classes in.
Right.
So we're having to, unfortunately, in a race like this with categories running for points and championships, and this isn't the first race. This is the last race,
Yeah.
and there is a fight for some of these championships.
It's too close. If it was all locked up, it would be different, but it's not.
Right.
Very much not.
Right. I mean, all the way down to the juniors. My daughter's in juniors, and she's fighting for second.
Right.
It's just all the way down. So we have to get those. We have to get those classes broke down. So we will do Super Pro and Foot Brake once we get done with the core Midwest classes, and then we will figure out where Pro Mod's at that point, and then we'll jump back into Pro Mod, or we will kick off the indexes. And we'll see where we're at that point.
Yep.
So I just wanted everybody to know, and you also to know that that's kind of one thing me and Jimmy sat down and talked about. So opening ceremonies are going to be up next. So the next thing you see going down the racetrack is going to be right after opening ceremonies and round one of some of the fastest Pro Mods we've seen in a long, long time.
Long time. Yep. It's so you're calling this show, like you said, to 45 minutes of drying, and it shouldn't actually be all that much longer, and we'll be track hot and ready to go.
We'll have all the equipment hit the track, plus our little top-end parade that we had earlier, which was actually pretty crazy. There was a lot of cars. But we'll have our top-end parade. But fortunately, with this track and the wind, and the rainbow's obviously good luck. So our luck is here. We didn't get a rainbow with the first storm, but the second one, it showed up. So now the luck is on our side. But it doesn't look like we're going to get anything after this. So once we get rolling, it's game on.
All right, perfect. And so, just so everybody knows, we're on the same page. We have to prioritize the classes that have championship implications. And then one of the other things to keep in mind too is Pro Mods and Funny Car as well, but because Pro Mods have a 16-car field, especially, they're on like a 45-minute minimum, right? Now the Top Sportsmen, they might not want to hot lap the car, but they're not on an hour clock.
Correct.
And so you kind of want to start with the Pro Mod so you can get that clock running as quick as possible.
Right, and that's one thing that Jimmy and I have to think about when we're going through this is they have to have that. It's not like hey, let's be nice and give them 45 minutes. They have to have that 45 minutes, an hour to get turned around, and we can't take that from them because then the show, it's not fair. It's not good for them.
Yep.
So I agree with you. Like at some point, and unfortunately 2 rainstorms later, you get to the point to where you do have to prioritize into the Midwest Series, and that's what our plan is, and that's what our plan is moving forward. But what's crazy is I'm sitting here watching this, and there's still people in the stands. There's still people under the stands. There's people standing in front of the tower. Like, people want to see these pro mods get down.
Yep.
So, and alcohol, though. Alcohol's been showing out today, too.
They have been, too.
Actually, every class really today has been showing out.
Yes. I was going to say the one that's already locked up is the one where Tyler Wells is sitting in 10th. But anyway, you know.
Truth. But, I mean, also with Tyler, like, what a driver.
Dude.
What a driver.
Seen the highlights from him this season? It's been insane.
I mean, I don't want to call him a kid, but he's a kid. And you're a kid, like, beating up on some not kids. Like,
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, he's a monster. So the good news is also, you know, we ran our qualifying. To explain a little bit earlier today, we tell racers they have to have they will have a Saturday qualifier, right?
Correct.
And part of the reason is top sports and top tracks here, especially, a lot of them will roll in overnight, and we got to be able to set the field, right?
All right.
But we got 4 rounds of qualifying in. That's kind of why we are where we are.
Yep. And it's beneficial too, right? Because, like, to put it into perspective, the majority, if not all of the racers from Pro Mod all the way to Super Pro in this, they're working men.
Yep.
And women. Like, they have full-time jobs. A lot of them couldn't get off on Friday, or they left early on Friday and drove. I mean, we have some people from Colorado running juniors. We have a guy from Iceland, which clearly he didn't drive. That would be really cool if he could. But, you know, you have people that are making, 3-4 hour flights plus 15, 16-hour drives. Like, you have to do that Saturday, because a lot of them just can't make it work, Yep.
So there's your plan. Well, next thing will be down the track is pro mods. The cleaners will be out pretty soon here. Thank you, man. Cheeseburger, you're the man. And we will start the drying process shortly here in the beautiful orange skies of Tulsa. We'll be back. Yeah, he wants to verify. Holy crap! She goes, oh, I didn't even catch that.
All right, for everybody that's watching on the live stream, we're going to go ahead and shut down the live stream. But for the folks that are here in the stands, you guys are the real MVPs. We appreciate you guys hanging out, watching some tractors go down the track. Oh, they got the blower out. That's always a fun one to watch. All right, we're going to end the live stream, and we'll be back to action very soon.